Court will sentence you to 10 years, deferred adjudication.
Yarbro walked into court hoping for a second chance. He had pleaded no contest to burglary and expected probation, maybe a warning, maybe a way forward. But the judge saw something deeper. Questions about drugs. Questions about parenting. Questions about responsibility. What sounded like mercy slowly turned into pressure. Because this wasn't just about one crime. It was about the life he was building and the risks still ahead. Then came the turning point. 10 years of deferred adjudication. Not prison today, but one mistake could mean life behind bars. And in the quiet that followed, one truth became clear. This second chance could disappear at any moment. You're about to see the exact moment everything hangs in the balance.
All right, the court is calling 2022 CR 8978, State of Texas versus
Donnie Yarbro.
Donnie Yarbro. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Zach Dunn for the state.
Suzanne
Defense.
Kramer for Mr. Yarbrough.
And are you Mr. Yarbro?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you entered a plea of burglary.
The charge is serious, burglary of a habitation. Even before sentencing begins, the weight of prison time is already on the table, shaping every word that follows in this courtroom.
Burglary of a habitation with intent to commit felony force. According to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 5 years in the prison. There's a $1,500 fine. State is silent on your application, and this will run concurrent with 696-403. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report, state?
Yes, Judge.
Defense?
Yes, Judge.
Any objections to the PSI report, state?
Nothing from the state.
Defense? All right, Mr. Yarbrough, you entered a plea on August 21st of no contest. I reviewed the stipulations. I'm unsure if it was said on the record, but I believe it was by Judge Angelini. The court is finding that there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court is deferring finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. State is silent on your application. Defenses, do you have any witnesses?
No, Judge.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, I believe the PSI speaks for itself. It speaks to the love that his family has for this. I have had many conversations with Mr. Yarbrough about him needing to, that you're going to want an explanation for what was he thinking that day, because he's basically a good kid. You know, he doesn't get into trouble, and he's been taking full responsibility for all of his actions. And I think he's a great candidate for deferred adjudication probation on this, especially when the complainant forgives him, doesn't want him, is fine with him getting probation, and kind of wants them back in their lives. Although there isn't no contact with her, but she doesn't have the child. She's the grandmother. So he said it's okay if you keep that no contact while he's on the deferred.
All right, can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
You can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Donnie Yarbro.
All right, so before I begin asking you questions,
Yes, ma'am.
I want to tell you something right here now. Whenever my brothers were late for their curfew that my mom set down, you know what they would always try to tell her? I don't belong in a gang. I haven't committed any crimes. I don't do any drugs. So don't give me that, you know, all right?
Yes, ma'am.
Because people who are obeying the law shouldn't be doing any of that.
Yes, ma'am.
So how old is your daughter?
She's just turned 3 in July 17th.
All right, so
Yes, ma'am. And I have another one on the way due in November. Next week will be the mother of my child's 8th month.
all right, and is this the mother of the other child as well?
No, ma'am.
All right, so you're just procreating.
Yes, ma'am.
All
The
right.
judge shifts from law to personal responsibility. This moment isn't just about crime anymore. It's about family, choices, and whether the defendant is ready to change his life.
All right, and you understand where babies come from?
Yes, ma'am.
And if you can't support your children, you should not be having a lot of children. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so why were you smoking marijuana?
Coping mechanism.
All right, so it is very bad for a child to come to their grandmother's house smelling like marijuana.
Yes, ma'am.
So do you think it's appropriate for your children to smoke marijuana?
No, ma'am, not at all.
Well, that's what you did with your baby. Because if you're smoking marijuana around them, which obviously you were, because otherwise the baby wouldn't smell like marijuana, the baby's clothes wouldn't smell like marijuana, we would not be here.
Yes, ma'am.
And you understand that the grandmother loves her grandchild
Yes, ma'am.
and wants what's best for her grandchild.
Yes, ma'am.
Wouldn't do anything to hurt her grandchild.
Most definitely. Yes, ma'am.
You've been doing things to hurt your grandchild. I mean, to hurt your child. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
So are you diagnosed mentally with anything?
ADHD, but that's all. That's no excuse. No.
No, there is not.
Yes,
You should
ma'am.
not be using marijuana. And
Yes,
the
ma'am.
court is not going to allow you to use marijuana in this court while you're on probation. It is illegal in Texas to use marijuana.
Yes, ma'am.
If I,
Probation sounds like freedom. But here, the warning is unmistakable. One violation could turn this second chance into a life sentence.
if I grant your application for deferred adjudication, and if you use marijuana while you're on probation, guess what? A motion to revoke is going to be filed and you're looking at life in prison.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
it's up to you to decide whether potentially going to prison for life is worth that. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So are you employed?
I will be as soon as I get out. That's no problem.
Have you been employed before?
Yes, ma'am.
Doing what?
Warehouse and construction, manual labor, irrigation, road work, Amazon warehouse.
All right. And how old are you?
I just turned 26 in July.
All right. And how far did you go in school?
I have my high school diploma and I have my associates in St. Philip's College,
And what?
art.
And what are you planning on doing with this art degree?
I really want to own my own business, but it's steps to that. I still have to pick up the knowledge, but
Okay.
more is to
So
come.
how does, and you know, I think art is great. One of my brothers was great in art and still is great in art, but how does you going to get your art degree translate into, I want to own my own business? Is your art going to be connected to that?
Yes, ma'am. Starting cartoons, drawing magazines, trying to get it in the newspaper,
So what
Things like
steps are you going to take to do that?
owning my own name, business logo, business account.
Okay.
Still learning and picking up the knowledge to do so.
All right. And how often were you using marijuana?
I say twice a week.
The questioning continues, slowly revealing a pattern: drug use, unstable work, uncertain plans. Each answer quietly builds the judge's final decision.
Nobody uses marijuana twice a week.
I get drug tested at jobs, so
You figured out when you could get a negative test?
yes, ma'am.
Okay. And have you used anything other than marijuana?
Alcohol, but that's occasionally birthdays, holidays, Thanksgiving. You know,
While you're on
Christmas.
probation, you're not allowed to drink alcohol. You understand?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right. This is what the court will do. Court will sentence you to 10 years.
10 years deferred. Not prison today, but not freedom either. A narrow path where every future mistake carries enormous consequences.
Deferred adjudication. I'm going to request parenting classes. And you're very lucky that the grandmother didn't want you to go to prison. So we're going to do parenting classes, 200 hours of community service restitution. If he enrolls or obtains a business certificate so you can better yourself and completes the parenting classes, the community service hours will be deemed satisfied. So to satisfy those 200 hours of community service restitution, you can go out and do community service hours, or either you can better yourself. And bettering yourself would mean you take parenting classes and you get a certificate or something that shows me you're taking steps to accomplish in life what you want to accomplish.
Yes, ma'am.
There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. When's the last time you used marijuana?
5 months ago.
All right, so he should be clean. So when he's released, we're going to do a UA. If for some reason when he's released, it's positive for marijuana, start testing for levels.
And just to let you know, he's set on the DWI tomorrow. I'm not his lawyer on that, but it's a JSAT, so he won't get out today. It'll have to wait till tomorrow.
Okay. And then proof of employment within 45 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. I'm going to order no unsupervised contact with minors until you complete parenting classes. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So you can have contact with your child, but someone has to supervise. And if the grandmother,
It can't be her because there's a no contact.
well, there's a no contact under this case. If for some reason the grandmother wants to have contact and wants to be the person who supervises, just let probation and myself know, and I'll lift the no contact order.
Thank you, Judge.
We're going to do anger management. So no contact with Nora Ramos. Right. And this is supposed to run concurrent with County Court Cause number 6966403. And there's to be, I'm going to follow the recommendation for the TAP evaluation, which is intensive outpatient treatment with probation. And there's to be weekly sober support meetings. And I'm going to want field visits 1 time per month for 4 months. And after that probation, if you think all is well and he no longer needs field visits, you all can do the field visits as you see appropriate. Probation, is there anything else he needs? Mr. Yarbro, is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
No, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled trial court certification. Oh, just one moment. Let me see if they did this in here. Okay. All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you. We can go off the record from here on out. Everything you do, there are 2 questions you should ask yourself.
The judge's final words sound simple, almost calm. But behind them is a clear message. This may be the last chance before everything is lost.
1, is the decision I'm about to make and what I'm about to do, could it potentially result in me going to prison for life? If the answer is yes, don't do it. If the answer is, it could, maybe it couldn't, don't do it. That whole thing that you're doing with your job where you know when they're testing you, so you're saying, well, I use marijuana on this day, not on this day, so I can get a negative test. Don't do that here, because it may not catch you the first time, but ultimately it's going to catch you. And then you know what's going to end up happening? Warrant's going to be issued for your arrest. You're either going to make bond or you're not. If you don't make bond, you're going to be at the jail. You're going to be brought over in orange. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And just as a side note, how tall are you?
I'm 6'6".
Okay. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. All right. Do better.
You have a wonderful day. Thank you.
All right.
Thank
You
you,
too.
Judge.
Thank you.
Yarbro avoided prison that day. But freedom came with strict rules, constant supervision, and the shadow of a life sentence if he fails. Some will see mercy. Others will see a warning. Because in cases like this, the real sentence isn't just what happens in court. It's what happens after the doors close. Do you think this was a fair second chance or a disaster waiting to happen? Tell me what you would have decided.